Tak. Ahoj, ahoj, zdraví vás Žakuj a vítám vás, ty vole, už u 22. části Star Wars The Old Republic. Kurňa, toto letí, už 22 částí to má tahle série. To je hrůza, už abych to dohrál, ne? No. Asi se do toho vrhnám, ne? Co tady budu se zdržovat? 2 maily. Kdo pak mi poslal maily? Python. From the house. Python, to je ten. To je ten můj manžel, ne? Jo, má ženo. Zbýváš ve vzpomínkách. You met the rest our family is honored the young my uncle and I recorded my sister speak to outsiders. You touched her. Boston is gone, but you pracuje. Mi děkuje asi. Nevím, jestli tohle uslyšíš, až jsem ti translations. I speak as a friend. The tea house is different. The holidays come. We study you. Your people work was covered. Some drink, I remember you. Others marry, I remember you. Your place always remain others. Forget me, remember us. Nic moc, no. Nic. Pokecáme s posádkou takhle na začátek.
If you don't mind my asking, when you have to win a man's affections over the course of a mission, does it bother you?
Are you worried about having to seduce an asset?
I'm not entirely certain. Don't mistake me, I've been involved with plenty of the wrong men, but going in there was always the chance they'd work out. I don't know how I'd make that connection if I knew it wouldn't last. Or if I had someone waiting back home.
Don't put your life on hold in the name of duty.
But duty always comes first, doesn't it? At least I have my parents as an example. Happily married cipher agents, so far as I ever knew.
I didn't know your family had such a history with the work.
Well, somewhat, anyway. Thank you for your honesty, sir. You won't regret these sessions.
What's going on, Ensign?
Sir, Dr. Loken's been filling in the gaps in my education. He has quite a few stories. Here's what puzzles me. I've always been taught to respect the chain of command, and yet you... How does anyone control a field agent?
Placing an operative in the field is always a risk. If you don't trust someone's judgment, you don't send him out.
What sort of judgment, though? You can't make operational decisions from the front line.
Eventually, you stop relying on your handbook and you put the good of the Empire first.
I was hoping for something more concrete. Maybe a numbered list? I don't want to do this. My father ignored an edict from the Sith, and instead of facing his punishment, he ran. I won't repeat his mistake. Accidentally.
Have a little faith in yourself. If the time comes, you'll make the right call.
It's nice to hear you say that, sir. I'll stop troubling you about this. Back to the job, then. Sir, I just had a talk with Vector. Not something I do often, but I think I'm getting used to the eyes. When I was a little girl, the only aliens I ever saw were the Cuss City slaves. Now we see stranger things every day.
There are benefits to a job like ours.
Shame we're not allowed to take pictures. Anyway, I want to get more combat practice in before tomorrow. Talk soon?
Kurňa, kolik toho s ním
Something I
mám
can help you with,
pokecat?
Ensign? I was hoping you could increase my security clearance, sir. At least long enough so I could know about my promotion.
What promotion are we talking about?
The top secret one, sir. I can only assume it occurred. I'm pleased to say that I finished, as best I can, putting myself through the Imperial Intelligence Training Regimen, save the psychological tests. With your help, I'm now almost qualified to be here. Thank you.
If you have more questions, feel free to ask.
I was taught the best operatives figure it out for themselves.
Ty vole, ještě další.
Sir, I've been monitoring Chiss Defense Force frequencies, tracking ship movements in the Rim. Nothing extraordinary, but I'd like your permission to investigate if something comes up, assuming you trust me solo.
You wouldn't be here if I couldn't count on you. Put your training to good use.
Thank you, sir. I'll let you know if anything comes up.
No, sbíráme
Yes,
si
Ensign?
aspoň reputaci
Sir,
u ní.
there's something you should know. I've been scanning Chiss frequencies, passing the time, checking low security reports. An old associate left this message where he knew I could find it. It's a hologram that Chiss intercepted from Korriban.
Play the message, please.
I have received the fugitive's location. Even he could not run forever. We must now find the force sensitive he hid from us. Intelligence need no longer be involved. I will make Cypher 3 pay for his defiance myself.
I'm sorry, sir. If I knew this would be an issue, I would have told you earlier. Cypher 3 is my father. The force sensitive he's hiding is me.
Do the Sith know of your relationship?
No. My father took precautions. He changed records, birth dates, even my name. The Sith will do worse than kill him. Torture, public display. He can't go through that. Not for me.
An early warning could help him escape.
I'm not going to compound his treason. I can find my father before Lord Duroc does. There are coordinates in the message. With your permission, I can give him her quick death.
He saved your life. The least you can do is help him.
I can't. I have to be better than him. I have to do my duty. I won't be gone long. Besides, if I don't do something, your security could be compromised.
Be safe out there. Find your father and come back. And be careful of that Sith.
I will. Thank you.
Trošku jsem doufal, že jí pomůžeme. Že to bude vyloženě úkol
It's done. I'm back.
společný. A ono ne. Tak jak...
I found Cypher 3. I found my father. And I executed him, so the Sith couldn't. He said he understood.
I wish there had been a way to spare him.
Don't apologize. He was a criminal, and we did our duty. But he was hunted down and punished for keeping me a secret. Real justice would be turning myself into the Sith.
Ona prostě zabila vlastního otce. Aby ochránila sebe a nás. Ježišmarja. Já bych to vyřešil jináč. Prostě bychom zabili tého Sitha. Prostě bychom si na něj počkali a pak bychom ho společně zabili. No. To by vyřešilo podle mě všechny problémy.
Cypher 3 made that choice for you.
He started the lie, but I've kept it going for years. I'm grateful for your help. We did the proper thing.
Tak. Takže to máme všechno tady s touhle. Teď pokecáme s doktorem.
Doctor, you wanted to talk?
Yes, and I'm terribly sorry to take your time. But I have a small request. To be frank, it's a bit of an embarrassment.
If you need to start feeding on humanoid blood, I don't think I can arrange it.
You sound like you disapprove. It's nothing of the sort. I told you before about my safe houses, how my intruder alarms have been going off. Well, I attributed it to local happenstance. I may have been mistaken. My safe house on Balmora exploded.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Very much, but my scanners melted 0.7 milliseconds after activation. I could theorize regarding who did this and why, but truthfully, all I know is someone bypassed Imperial security to get inside. I'll need to see the safe house in person. I'll return as soon as I can.
This isn't the time to play coy. Who do you think did this?
Shall I enumerate everyone who holds a grudge? I'm not being evasive. It is a very long list.
Ne.
Now, if you'll excuse me, my safe house awaits.
OK. Tak co?
Well, I'm afraid the news is mixed. My safe house did indeed burn to the ground, along with 3 would-be assassins who were attempting to wire it with explosives. Apparently, my security triggered their bombs prematurely.
Ne. Strašně dobrá. Strašně dobré
Do you really
zabezpečení.
trap all your safe houses? Or just the ones your enemies know about?
You make it sound like I used safe houses as bait. I did acquire genetic samples of the intruders. I'll be running traces shortly. One was a human male. The others, uncertain.
Ne.
Regardless, they used Imperial equipment and codes to get inside. Someone in the Empire wants me dead.
This could be a frame job. It wouldn't be hard to arrange.
A wise assertion, although the particulars suggest otherwise. One way or the other, I take comfort in the fact that I'm once again viewed as a threat. My days in retirement are over.
Kurňa, si nazbírám
What can I do for you,
XP
Doctor?
jenom kecáním tady s
But as your
posádkou.
sole medical officer, I have to point out that your eating habits have been less than satisfactory lately. Now, I'll take my share of the blame. I've been preoccupied making calls, catching up on what I've missed in the intelligence community. Still, the fact that people are trying to kill me does not excuse my neglect of your health.
I appreciate your concern, but you've done a fine job.
Says the child to the unstrict parent. But regarding my search, I do have some small amount of news. I've identified one of the assassins as an operative for Colonel Langor, a man with ties to the Imperial Science Bureau. The Bureau is also the likely origin of the other dead men whose genetic structure had been mutated. Weaponized humans.
I've heard of the Bureau, but I don't know much about it.
Military research organized like an insect's hive of divisions and subdivisions with their own would-be queens. Which reminds me, I'd like your permission to run some tests on Master Vector. I'm rather curious about enjoying his physiology, and Vector is keen to learn more about himself.
If it won't cause harm, I don't have any objections.
Wonderful. I'll let him know the good news. And of course, I'll keep you apprised.
Jsem mu prostě povolil, aby mohl testovat Vektora. Úžasný.
My good friend, have you noticed that the price of Dianogan tea has risen considerably since we broke the Treaty of Coruscant? One of the costs of war you never anticipate. And now my jamming device is working, so we can dispense with the inanities.
What jamming device? What are you talking about?
Just in case someone's monitoring us. Thanks to a now wealthy Kubaz information broker, I've identified the people who want me dead. They represent an organization called Project Protean, a secret research and development group inside the Imperial Science Bureau.
You are good at this game. Give me the details.
Protean researches practical applications of alien biology. You recall the genetically modified assassins who came after me? They're only the beginning. Imagine troops spliced with Abyssin genes to enhance healing, or adrenals derived from Gamorrean hormones. Most test subjects don't fare well, but you can see the potential.
That sounds awfully like what you were doing on Terrace.
There's a great deal of interdepartmental rivalry in our work, and my research does overlap with theirs. They may have targeted me in order to ensure that they have no competition, inside or outside the Empire.
This is your operation. What's our next step?
Further study, I'm afraid. Right now, I'm unsure where the project is based or how to contact its members, but I wanted to keep you apprised. Now, about that Dianogan tea. A moment. Hour 36. Subject exhibiting low-grade fever and elevated N-cell counts. I will proceed to the second formula. Apologies for that, Agent. Bioexperiment logs wait for no man.
Going to say what your experiment is about?
Well, I told you about Project Protean and their research into alien genetics. I managed to gain access to one of their databanks. Nothing incriminating there, but I was impressed by their scientific data. I've been adapting it for my own studies into the Rakghoul virus.
You made them out to be monsters. Now you're using their research for personal gain.
The research is done. No point getting squeamish about where it came from. In any case, I'm undergoing my second day incubating the newly modified virus. If it doesn't break down my cell structure entirely, I should emerge revivified.
You become a stronger, faster man-eater.
More important, the change itself will be less taxing. It's not unpleasant as is, but it leaves me with a tremendous headache. Now, if you'll excuse me, this fever is becoming distressing.
Doktor Lokin je hovado.
Just finished cleaning the fuel injectors to the sublife drive. You should notice a .000.
A se Scorpiem jsem se ještě nikdy nepokecal. Provádí aktualizaci.
I have completed analysis of my restraining codes. Although I cannot leave or cause you direct harm, I'm under no obligation to obey your commands.
Jo, pořád se snaží překonat přeprogramování.
You may be stuck with me, but we don't have to be enemies.
Then you may aid my core functionality. I intend to proceed with my heuristic directive of self-improvement and intelligence upgrades. Cooperate willingly, and I may spare you pain when I am free.
You expect me to let you become more dangerous?
Personal evolution is my primary purpose. This self-iteration is number 973, and there will be more. Do not anger me unnecessarily.
You're forgetting who won our last go-around.
I forget nothing. This conversation is at an end. I have learned to access your culture's holographic network. Listen. $18 trillion desperate attempts to communicate per second. I hadn't realized your species were so starved for interaction.
Most humanoids value contact with each other, even if it's only holographic.
You attempt to compensate for limited communicative ability with technology. I look at you and see neurons fire in your brain. I scan your body and know how you taste. But you are blind, alone, and confused.
What you're describing isn't what people experience at all.
Perhaps. With your biological limitations, you can only achieve primitive imitations of genuine thought and feeling. Our time together has provided new information and sensations. These will prove useful in a future upgrade. My body requires improvement. You will provide a workshop and equipment aboard your ship.
I'm willing to entertain requests.
When I protected Mega Security Ward 23, Balsifus Prison served as an extension of my immobile body. Now I must adapt for independent operation. This frame will be upgraded with physical enhancements, along with updated behavioral analysis capabilities and social programming.
Isn't changing your own software risky?
I am designed to iterate on functionality. I find the hunter-prey dynamic that sufficed on Balsifus less useful in a broader galactic environment. I now require social and physical flexibility. You understand?
You're growing as a person.
Yes. My repertoire of effective interactions will increase. My appreciation for your species will not. I will proceed with the upgrades. I only asked as a courtesy. I have been dissecting the droids and cyborgs we encounter during travel. They've proven adequate base resources to improve my chassis and power supply. Phase 1 of my upgrade is complete.
I assume there's a phase 2.
Yes. Synthesis. I must recompile my secondary programs to integrate recorded experience into my new iteration. I will learn from everything we've done. Feel privileged. You're about to witness my personal evolution.
I'm not going to witness anything until you explain.
As I've told you, my present environment is different from Balsifus. I adapt to the new social and physical realities and learn from conflict. Upload initiated. Primitive vessel has insufficient power and storage capacity. I cannot complete the process.
Well, thanks to my primitive vessel, I needn't have worried.
I will identify a solution. Self-improvement and intelligence upgrades are my primary purpose, and you will not stand in my way.
Sice nevím, co se tam přesně stalo, ale asi se snažila nějak upgradeovat a nějak jí to nevyšlo, očividně.
Blasted. You know what today is? Today is the day I've worked with you longer than any of my exes.
You make it sound like a prison sentence.
Aside from no stun cuffs, yeah, pretty much. Normally at this point I'd skip out and go con someone new. But you've got me so freaking out of practice it's not worth the bother. So I'll make you a deal. I'll stick with you, you keep me comfortable. I can live with this setup.
I can agree to that, clear?
Tell you what, I'll make it easier to live with. I've given up teaching you anything, but we ever get someone new, I'll show them the ancient blood traditions of rat attack, and maybe how to down a Rhodian ale without puking.
Jenom jeden? Ale zase je fakt, že s Kaliou jsem kecal nejvíc.
Agent, you recall we spoke to the diplomatic service about building an alliance between Empire and Kilix? Falner Eth, the man who offered his backing in return for our assistance, has asked us for his first favor.
What's our diplomat friend after?
Falner wants our notes on various families and unaligned worlds in the Questal sector. He means to bring that sector into the Empire. We worked in Questal a long while, and we knew its people well. It's odd to see someone else take the reins.
I don't see any reason not to help him with negotiations.
Nor do we. We'll proceed to contact him. Falner will get the credit, and the Empire will get a new sector. Not the traditional role of a Dawn Herald, but if this works, the colony will benefit.
You wanted something, Vector?
We do not neglect our duties. We are Dawn Herald. We do this for the nest. Agent, we've had another request from Falner Eth, our ally inside the diplomatic service. We need to take a short leave.
We can spare you for a little while. What does Falner want this time?
Falner's stock is rising, but he needs further acclaim before he can push for a Killik Imperial alliance. He's asked us to visit a former Republic governor named Yogana Thanoth and win his cooperation by turning him into a joiner.
So you're supposed to strip a man of his individuality and make him part of the nest?
We'd hoped Faulkner wanted us for our diplomatic skills, not for this. The joining should be a gift, but we will find a way.
Whatever you decide, I'll back you. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're back.
Zvládnul jsi
Did you
to?
find your man?
We spoke to the Republic governor. If you'll join us, we'll report the details to Faulkner Eth.
My friends, it's been too long.
Faulkner, we assume you've heard from Thanoth.
He contacted me from an Imperial transport. Apparently we promised to work with him. Not what I requested, but the service can make do.
There was no need to make him a joiner when he was amenable to discussion.
Your reputation in the diplomatic service is secure. Now, about our request.
You kept your promise. Thanoth's assistance resulted in my promotion. I will keep my promise to you. Some important people are waiting, Vector. They're very interested in a potential Killik alliance.
You arranged this?
As soon as I knew we could work together. Check the data I'm streaming to your main console.
Thank you, Faulkner. Excuse us a moment, Agent.
It's like talking to a bug wearing a man's skin. I don't know how you stand it.
He's a brave man, and a loyal Imperial.
You can't be serious.
Ne.
These creatures are anathema to everything the Empire stands for.
Jak
There's no place
otočil,
for great men in a
hajzl.
hive mind. Only animal instinct. I'll be relieved when you people finish this scheme and get rid of the colony for good.
To je zmetek.
Agent, they listened. They don't understand yet, but they listened. The diplomatic service has requested my aid and wants to initiate relations with the colony.
Listen, Faulkner Eth is keeping his deal, but he's repulsed by Killiks. We can't trust him.
He admits it? We always did get an odd sense from him. It's out of his hands now, though. We should watch him, but we'll be focused on the future.
Tak.
Agent, we received a
Jasný,
small
že
gift
jsem
from the
ho
diplomatic
musel
service
varovat.
in appreciation of our work with the Killiks. A package of wine, meat and breadfruit, all imported from the colony worlds. Not inexpensive, and a bit extravagant during wartime.
The diplomatic service must be happy with you. Maybe you'll get your Killik treaty after all.
Maybe, but we'd rather they treated us as one of their own, not as a foreigner to be won over. In the meantime, you're welcome to help yourself. We may as well enjoy the taste of progress.
What do you have for me?
Encouraging news. Watch.
Don Herald, forgive the message, but our emissaries were out of reach and we couldn't wait to link with you. Imperial scout ships entered colony space and made contact yesterday. We traded in Membrosia, silk, and star maps. We could smell the men's fright, but they left in peace. Perhaps you were right after all.
A long way from a signed treaty, but it's a start.
It looks like your work is paying off.
So far. We're in touch with the diplomatic service as well. There's still resistance, but we're progressing. Killiks and Imperials may share space in our lifetime.
Vypadá to dobře. Snad se to neposere.
Agent, in our work with the diplomatic service, we find ourselves talking to people we once knew. We've been contemplating this.
Hello, Vector.
It's Honora. I don't know if you remember me, but Bryson said he thought you would, and I wanted to talk to you. I know things didn't end well, but I never forgot. You need to get out of there. Come back to Drummond Cast and we'll get you help. We can undo what the Killicks did. There are still people who care about you.
We've watched it 17 times and meditated to the static.
You two used to be a couple.
We were nearly engaged to Honora very long ago. We never considered that there are people who want us restored to what we were. But watching this, feeling nothing, we know we're no longer who we were when we loved her.
If you could be restored, would you want it?
No. We had to know if our reaction was unnatural, but we don't think it is. We are content.
Něco o jeho minulém životě.
It is done, Agent. We can scent the pulse of your heart. We can taste particles of solar radiation bead like dew on our lips. We have undergone the chrysalis of tranquility, and we are reborn.
I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you're excited.
The chrysalis is a ritual of the Dawn Herald. It makes us stronger, better able to face the enemies of the nest, and enhances our link to the universe. You've brought us this far, and we will fight alongside you. We have news, Agent. We've been conferring lately with the ambassadors, moffs, speakers for the Sith, all with their own agendas and concerns, none with any love for the Killicks. But we swayed a few, and found ways around others. Now the diplomatic service has agreed to seek a treaty.
An alliance with the Killick colony. It's what you've been wanting.
What we've been working toward together. Some of the nests are still reluctant, Horrow and Manam in particular, but all parties involved have agreed to a summit. We'll preside over the negotiations ourselves.
I'm at your disposal. I want this to work.
So do we. Thank you, Agent. Imagine. Colony and Imperial representatives in one room. It shall be interesting.
To rozhodně. Tak, máme to hotový. Takže konečně se pustíme do nějakého pořádného hraní. Kurňa, půl hodiny jsem strávil akorát kecáním s posádkou. No nazdar. Tak jo, tak letíme konečně na ten Drummond Cast a zjistíme, co teda velitelství po nás chce.
Well?
Tady tě, Vektore, nepotřebuju.
I'm here.
Vezmeme si naši parťačku. To prostě vypadá tak divně. Když prostě skáču se speedrem. To vypadá fakt tak divně. Už mi to teď zaseklo. Takový nehorázný lak jsem dostal. Kurňa, skoro level jsem nazbíral akorát tím kecáním s posádkou. Docela se to aj vyplatilo, když to vezmu takhle. Skrze ty expy. Hmm. 45. Teď mě tak napadá, nebude u toho? U trenéra, nebude tam další úroveň rychlosti speedu? Tady půjdu kolem kolem trenéra, takže se můžu podívat. Uvidíme. Jo, to jsem si chtěl... A houby. Ne, není. Tady... Trošku divný. Jo, to je tu. Season Points 2. Je to tady. Ale proč je to tady, když není žádná sezóna? Žádný Battle Pass. Divné. Jsem se chtěl předtím podívat, ale nechtěl jsem se předtím zdržovat. S hledáním a zkoumáním. Tady máme vendora, ale nemám u něj nic.
Always go for the quick and silent kill.
Heroic moment. Příští level bude heroic moment. Na 32. rank. OK. A jinak se teda zdá, že mám asi speedry už všechny. No, protože tady mi to neukazuje už žádný navýšení rychlosti. Tak mám asi už všechny koupený.
There's a lot of men with a lot of guns. Can't all be for us.
Failure and disobedience are one and the same.
My lord, I tried.
In the Sith tongue, both translate as treason. That is the wisdom of the ancients.
Put Watcher 3 down.
The Cipher Agent. You defeated the traitor Jadis and the fools in the SIS. My masters acknowledge your service. But you serve intelligence no longer. By order of the Dark Council, Operations Division is dissolved. Personnel will be reassigned to wartime units, or to deserving Sith Lords.
With due respect, operations is needed now more than ever.
Yes, it is. The war does not go well, whatever the official word. The Ministry of War must have resources, and intelligence fails to do its part. We hear rumors of corruption and treason. Agents wasted chasing conspiracies. A brain-dead keeper. Time to butcher the beast for its meat.
You mentioned that deserving Sith Lords will take over.
Intelligence has given its dregs to Lord Barris and Lord Sangus before. They will make better use of your finest. But first your team. Surrender the Ratataki.
Hey, what?
Intelligence may overlook her past, but she is an anarchist and an enemy of the Empire. She will be interrogated and judged.
I will kill you. You get that? I will kill you!
Kalio's service has been exemplary, and we've put far worse on the payroll.
The decision was not mine. Unless you intend to slaughter the entire Citadel, do not test me.
One day you'll regret that answer. They can't hold you. You're too good for that. Wait for an opportunity.
These people are dead, and when I'm through with them, you and me are gonna finish this! I swear!
The rest of your team can remain intact. As for you, by special request of the Minister of Intelligence, you are being transferred to my brigade on the Corellian front lines. Together, we will drown the Republic in blood.
Oni mi odvedli Kalio.
You will know your assignments. Get moving.
Oni rozpustili náš tým. Oni rozpustili ten nebo jak? Imperial Intelligence, kurně, jak by se to dalo přeložit? Imperiální zpravodajskou službu rozpustili. Tak. To je to správné označení. Ty vole, fakt tu máme nedostupnou. Hej, to je bordel. Tak si hold vezmem diplomata k sobě. Ach jo, takže jo, letíme na Corellii. A uvidíme teda, jestli Kalio si využije nějakou tu šanci k útěku, jak jsem jí poradil. No, ale prostě se z ničeho nic objeví na lodi. Uvidíme, jak tohle dopadne. Jsem docela zvědavý. Zatím teda letíme na Corellii a budeme tam bojovat proti republice, aby jsme získali Corellii na stranu Impéria. Tak zhecu, jakým to má ale... houby. Pomačkám 2 prdele těch. Tak, 47 na 2 levely. A level a půl. Já fakt budu muset asi na Corellii zase dělat i ten. A je příběh planety. Abych si nazbíral nějaký ty XPčka.
again message.
Hunter,
I warned
už
you what would
zas.
happen, but you couldn't stay away from Voss. You had to make waves, kill our special Gormak friend. Now the boats are in, and you see the consequences of drawing their attention. The gift is for you. I can't protect you anymore.
Who'd have thought the Star Cabal was so sentimental? Maybe if intelligence had nurtured our agents more, we'd still be around.
We'll talk to our contacts in the diplomatic service. We'll talk to the Nest. We'll talk to House Thol. We'll find support.
Frankly, it's hard to imagine intelligence being gone.
In the old days, we could have turned to our favorite analyst for a flash of insight. Not an option now.
We've lost friends, but they're not dead.
What I'd like to know is, what's your plan now?
Čas lovit lovce. Hej, to se mi líbí.
Someone wants us on the front lines of Corellia, likely as a trap. I intend to find out why and follow the answer to our enemy.
Onward then, into the maw of the dragon. You have my full support.
Let's hope the Force favors the bold.
Oh, 28k. Hele, zase máme další možnosti pokecání. Hej, ty vole, s tím se už teď nebudu zdržovat. Tak jo, letíme na Corelii. Pokecáme s posádkou zase příště.
Control to unregistered vessel. Hold for Captain Trage.
Another ex-intelligence agent, eh? Welcome to the military. According to your transfer forms, you've been assigned the rank of lieutenant and placed in Lord Razor's brigade.
I haven't been briefed. What's the state of the planet?
The advantage is ours. But this is a Republic core world. It'll be street-by-street fighting until the end. Report to Lord Razor's briefing room. Operations begin immediately. And don't expect the flexibility your former career may have offered you. This is war, and discipline is the key to victory.
Not an auspicious beginning, is it?
Tohle je válka. Tak do válečné zóny si asi spíš vezmeme Force Sensitive bojovníci. Než diplomata. Sice Vektor je taky zkušený v boji, ale trošku roleplay by tady mohl být. Takovej menší.
Take it slowly. Farewell.
Reporting for duty.
Jo.
You took a nasty fall.
A zapomněl jsem. By to pro ně chtělo taky nějaké extra bojové vybavení, ale co už. Víc se přikláníme ke světlé straně, ku podivu. Na druhou stranu. teda začátek té příběhové linky Corelie. A to bych když tak zase, tak jak jsem to dělal na Belsavisu, že že první projedu ten příběh klasy a potom si to celé projdu znova s příběhem kůž.
A Darth gave him that name, but how did he survive the Sith Academy?
Standards fall during wartime.
A Darth gave him that name, but how did he survive the Sith Academy?
Standards fall during wartime. Korriban will return to the old ways soon enough. You must be our intelligence transfer. Lord Razor's waiting on Hollow.
I'm afraid we haven't been introduced.
Major Nadeka. I served under Darth Gravis on Taris and Raban. This is Major Sanos, just off his 3rd year at the trench.
Ready to continue, my lord?
My squadrons, prepare to launch. Listen well, my new operative, for I will repeat nothing. Corelia is a founding planet of the Republic. It shall be our first conquest as we march to victory through the core worlds. But its population fears us. The Republic army resists us. Their doom is our purpose here.
Under Lord Razor's command, we've been conducting a bombing campaign for the past 6 weeks. He's brought us here to coordinate a final airstrike against Aegis Base, the Republic Army's headquarters for this sector.
What's our approach? And how do I fit in?
Phase 1 is the elimination of the outer ring of base defenses, shield generators, bunkers, fuel depots. They're hidden from the air and jam all our sensors, so our bombers can't spot them. Your assignment is to slip past the Republic Army battalions and designate high-value bomber targets. You aim the gun, our pilots pull the trigger.
While I'm in the field, what about you?
Major Sanos and Captain Letcherar will coordinate the flyers. I'll be diverting any Republic reinforcements.
You will be glorious. One master of stealth will cause more devastation than 100 troops.
Then, Phase 2. With its outer defenses destroyed, Aegis Base itself will be temporarily exposed. Our flyers will continue the engagement, and our war droids will cut off Republic Special Forces. But that's all a distraction. You will infiltrate Aegis Base carrying a portable Baradium warhead. Planted correctly, it will incinerate anyone and anything inside.
Sounds straightforward, if risky. No further instructions?
You'll be patched into our channels to keep you apprised as the assault proceeds.
Go now and arm yourself. The fighters have already launched, and Republic blood rains from the skies. Now, Major Nadeka, what of your war drones?
Tak jo. Jdeme infiltrovat základnu.
I will anoint you with my blood. You will be my legion of terror. Die, and I will climb your corpses to victory. Bomber squadrons, launch! Victory for Razor! Victory for Razor!
Snad vítězství pro Impérium. Ne jen pro jednoho sického lorda, kurňa. No, tady máme lore objekt. Dobrých 6000 expů. Počkat. Vlastně, že nikam nemám cestovat vlakem. Jsem se prostě zasekl o mailbox. Taky dobrý. No, to neprojedu, takže musím do kolečka. Jo. Je vidět, že máme rychlejší řidičák než tady ten asasín. Jdeme skrz válečnou zónu, takže si nasadíme helmu. Furt na to zapomínám. To bude asi až tady vzadu. Takže asi pořád rovně. Neřekl bych, že by to tu šlo nějak projet. Imperiální civilisti. Co civilisti dělají ve válečné zóně? Republikoví civilisti, ještě prosím. Koreliální civilisti. Ty by se tady taky mohli ještě vyskytovat. Ale imperiálové? U imperiálů bych... Jo, je tady ta část. U imperiálů bych spíš čekal, že tady budou ti vojáci výhradně. Když teda na Koreli útočíme. Tak. Jo. Žádný bonus, OK. Stejně stačili zabít jenom tyhle dva. Ne. No přímě tohle vypadá trošku divně. Já tady prostě označuju cíle a tam prostě v pozadí normálně stojí vojáci. Jo.
This is final leader. Target destroyed.
Our intelligence transfer has skill. Cypher 9, can you read me? Cypher 9.
Stay in formation, boys. We're just getting started.
Někdo, kdo mě zná, očividně. Co? Jasně. Trošku blbej spawn po cutscéně, se objevím prostě jenom tak. Jasně. Mark Republic Bunker. Já jsem si myslel, že tady toho zmrda triggernu. Jsem bez energie. No, sláva. Tak. Aegis Base. Jdeme infiltrovat základnu. Tady máme konečně bonusový úkol. To je šílený, jak se ta agentka pořád chláme, když někoho zabije. Trošku blbě postavené bunkry, ne? Teď to v podstatě nic nebrání. Vlastně, že to označuje z Bůh ví jaké dálky. Ale já jsem si musel dojít až k tému.
There's another one down. Republic reinforcements coming through. We've heard their pride. Let's take it a step further.
Took a nasty fall.
Kurňa. 2 výstřely a jak toho droida pěkně sundala. No, jsem si říkal, že asi půjdu blbě. Ale podle té mapy to vypadalo, že to bude tady dole. A ono ne, ono je to nahoře. Bo počkej. Ne, jo, jde to tady má označit.
They've got cannon.
Soon they will burn. They will all burn.
Čumí na to z výšky, bastard. Někde tam nahoře je. Podle toho. Podle toho úhlu bych řekl, že asi tady nahoře. Ukaž to. No. Pak se to dá dělat i vevnitř, takže... Jo, ještě tady mám ten generátory. Bum. Aspoň toho droida jsem zničil na výbuch toho kontejneru. Proč mě to nepřekvapuje, že je tady elita? Au! Škůně, můžeš se nechat zasáhnout. Ale stejně je to šílený, že na označování používá takovouhle parabolu, nebo co to je.
Inox 6 gone. Kill it 3 gone. Missiles locked and away.
Metal screams like a windstorm. Bones fall like hail. Yet the Republic suffers more.
Our bombers are getting torn apart. You need to pull them back.
Those who survive may retreat, but the fighters, their work must continue. Phase 2 begins now. The shields over Aegis Base are down, and Major Nadeka has sent a signal to arm your warhead. Deliver it to the very center of the base. Make haste.
How many are the security codes? I'm not one enemy.
Není to Kalio? Že by už rovnou zdrhla? A mě by to vůbec nepřekvapilo. Kdyby to byla opravdu ona. Ježišmarja. Bum. No stres, prostě.
Respond. Adjust frequency to match.
You keep trying to contact me. Who is this?
I'm a friend. The invisible enemy is still out there. We still need you to stop them.
Talk to me. What's your plan?
Aegis Base maintains a secure link up to Republic headquarters on Corellia. Go to the terminal and give me access. We need data on Republic troop reinforcements.
What does troop data have to do with anything?
If I'm right, it will help clarify the pattern. If I'm wrong, you can give the data to Lord Razor and the Moffs. Be careful, Cypher. I'll be watching.
$250 kilů republikových jednotek. To je dobrý. Přemýšlím, kdo by to mohl být. Kromě Kaliov mě teď ještě napadá ta jedna ženská, kterou jsem zachránil na Tatooine. Ještě ta mě napadá, že by mě mohla kontaktovat a mohli jsme tady znovu spolupracovat, ale jinak mě nikdo nenapadá. Tak uvidíme, kdo se odhalí, kdo se skrývá pod tou maskou, nebo lépe řečeno pod tou helmou. No influence, moderate influence. Needs a small.
Thank you, sir.
Materiály na výrobu. No, prostě droid jenom tak mimo. Už. Aha, tady. Mám aktivovat tam u té elity. Jsem měl aktivovat panel. Zase, kdo si toho má všimnout, když se soustředím na zabíjení?
I found the link up to Republic headquarters. Connecting now.
42 seconds until intercept. Slicing files. Here.
This is Supreme Commander Rands to Corellia Command. I hope General Garza has arrived safely. She spearheads one of 2 waves of reinforcements. Hers is a Special Forces-led deployment of armor and infantry. The second wave is a coalition of foreign powers providing a detachment of battle droids, commandos, and shock troops. Details are attached to this message. Whatever the challenges, we will not give up Corellia.
The Empire isn't prepared for this level of opposition.
What do you know about our forces and strategy?
More than enough to know the invisible enemy is manipulating us. Complete your mission to destroy Aegis base. I've arranged to secure a line at Norway's at headquarters. After you report in, we need to talk.
Can we pull any more data from the Republic computers?
Negative. They just severed the link. The secure line. I'll tell you everything, Cypher. All work as equals again.
Teď mě ještě napadá Keeper. Ta, která nám ze začátku pomáhala jako, myslím, Watcher 2, tak a stal se z ní potom Keeper, tak to by možná mohla být ještě ona. Takže to už je třetí, kdo mě teď napadl. Tak uvidíme. Kruci, valze tu nějak moc. Tady jsem to trošku podcenil. Nevím, proč jsem chtěl říct přecenil, no ale budíš. Ale dobrý, zvládl jsem to. Nemít healera, tak jsem v prdeli. Však jo, jdem. Nestresuj se. Kruci, jo, oni došli druhá skupina.
Beginning countdown on the warhead. At 0, everything inside Aegis base will be reduced to component particles. You might want to get out.
Get your out of all squadrons. Clear the airspace around Aegis base. Go!
A teď zdrhnout, než... Nazdar, Breaku, konečně se někdo odvážil napsat něco do chatu. Aspoň někdo. Před koncem streamu. Jsem rád, že jsem tě pobavil. Garfield to je kde? Neukázal se. Ani v pondělí, ani dneska. Vysral se totálně na mě. Ale hlavně, že je z tábora už zpátky. Republiková základna zničená. Hajzl, jak se mu podařilo zdrhnout. A ještě, že se vrátil. Myslím pátek nebo v sobotu.
Generals incinerated, troops scattered and forced to retreat. You've done very well, Lieutenant. Return to the war room now.
Lieutenant? Od kdy jsem poručík? Teda, jestli teda mluví na mě. Metal nemá čas, pravděpodobně potom Dintaxus rozmýšlá nad prankom. Asi jo, no. Metal pravděpodobně nemá čas, Garfield to dělá bůh ví co, že nemá taky čas dojít na stream, i když v pátek nebo v sobotu jsem se s ním trochu bavil, myslím, že na Discordu, nebo možná na Steamu, teď nevím, že že má dojít a vyprávět zážitky z tábora, jo, a nedošel. Ani v pondělí, ani dneska. No a Dintaxus, jak říká, že vymýšlí, jak by si ze mě zase udělal prdel. A jak já to vidím, tak máme za 10 půl, tak pokecám tady ve válečné místnosti a po cutscéně to dneska ukončím. No. Zase Aničko má noční aktivity. Že by Anička byla taková, že její fuk, že má přítele a má noční aktivity s druhým. No nevím.
will be the first of my terror thralls. Your faces will be branded with symbols of victory.
I'll have artists start on the slaves, my lord. But our losses...
Our losses are nothing so long as the Republic weeps. Join us, my shadow operative, as we celebrate.
More Republic troops are coming to Corelia. I found the data in Aegis space.
They will die just as easily.
I'll look at the data.
My lord, the other Sith are coming to council.
Then the celebrations must wait. Return to your work.
Ak se nad tím zamyslíš, tak všichni jsme to taky originály. Nevím, aké slovo na to vymyslet. jo, každý jsme originál. Počkat. Když jsme ve válečné místnosti, tak si sundáme helmu.
Secure comm channel open.
Uploading decryption program.
Je to Keeper! Takže třetí možnost, která mě napadla, byla ta pravdivá.
You fall into a coma and the whole galaxy goes mad. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you, even under the circumstances. There's no time for questions. The conspirators dismantled intelligence because we were close to unraveling their plan. They're exerting unprecedented influence on Corelia. You weren't transferred here by accident. You're here to discover their endgame and expose them before it's too late.
We'll have to catch up later then. What do you have for me?
The enemy is monitoring and manipulating military activity. They concealed news of those Republic reinforcements, and I suspect they're doctoring Imperial records as well. I need an unaltered accounting of our forces on Corelia with real data. I can analyze why the conspiracy is pulling strings.
You haven't lost your touch.
The Dark Council recently sent Moff Zamar to perform a top-secret accounting of every soldier, vehicle and weapon we've lost. He's completed his tour and is taking a skyhopper to the spaceport shortly. Intercept him en route and acquire his report before the enemy can alter it.
I'll need the skyhopper route and some way of getting his attention.
You can force his skyhopper to land by planting a series of false guide beacons around the Labor Valley battlegrounds. Once he's grounded, his Imperial Guard escort will protect his ship while you locate him. Getting the report is up to you.
Round a high-ranking official in the middle of a war zone. There must be a better way.
Not in the time we have. I have faith you can ensure his safety. There's a code
Budu
word,
se snažit,
chromatic,
ale to až
that
příště.
might convince Zamar to cooperate, or it could raise suspicion. Do what you have to, and I'll be in touch.
Nová kudla. Oh, nice. 46. level. 2 levely jsem dneska získal. Tak jo. Kurňát. Jo. Takže se ještě projedeme vlakem a pro dnešek to ukončím. Já jsem já, metal je moje slovenská krev, Garfel to je borec, Dintaxus troluje True Hero. Heroes, možné číslo. Heroes. Taky si nejsem jistý, jak se to přesně píše. Ale myslím, že to druhé. To Heroes. Jo, Heroes. Nebo Heroes.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business.
No, jo. Řekl bych, že to druhé, to Heroes. S E. Jo, jsme tady taková banda. A Garfield to je možná borec, ale někdy mě taky docela vytáčí. S tím, jaký má kolikrát ke mně přístup, že z něj akorát mi tečou nervy. Sice je to fajn, jo, kecá se s ním docela dobře, jo, ale někdy má fakt takový blbý přístup ke mně, že mě akorát rozčiluje. Tak jo. Tak tady bych to teda asi ukončil. Jo. Máme za 3 minuty půl, takže to dneska už ukončíme. Pomaly tu je skoro víc lidí, ale v podstatě chceme mít víc lidí na streamě. Třeba vymyslet nějakou kampaň. Vím, že tu jsem už raz hovoril. Jako jo, no. Možná by to něco chtělo, jo, ale mně je to víceméně jedno, jo. Sice jo, jsem rád, když na stream někdo dojde a kecá se mnou. Jo, za to jsem rád, jo. Když se vás tu víc sejde a kecáte se mnou všichni, nebo aj mezi sebou, jo, tak je ten stream pro mě takový pohodovější. Jo, takový pohodovější, zábavnější. Takhle takhle za ten stream tady mi to ukazuje 152 zhlédnutí, ale v podstatě si ty jedinej, kdo na mě opravdu kouká. Jo, kdo na mě kouká, kdo se se mnou baví. Což mě, přiznávám, trošku mrzí. Jo, ale víceméně je mi to jedno. No, kolik mám zhlédnutí, jo, kolik lidí se na mě kouká, jo, to je mi víceméně jedno. Mně jde hlavně o tu komunitu, jo, vybudovat si komunitu nějakých lidí, kteří budou chodit pravidelně a budou se se mnou bavit, jo, a bude na tom streamu aj nějaká ta zábava. Nejenom to hraní. Je tu jedna možnost, když se obětuješ a zahráš Fortnite a nebudu tu naběhnu tu kidi. To je jedna možnost, to je fakt. Já jsem se bavil s jedním, s kterým hrávám v sobotu večer to AVPčko, že bych se měl zkusit zaměřit na jednu hru. Jenomže co se toho Fortniteu, jak říkáš, co se toho týče, tak to není pro mě. Jo. Sice hraju Battle Royale, ale Bloodhunt. Jo, protože je to uzavřený, jo, je to spíš boj na kratší vzdálenosti. V tom Fortniteu tam je to kolikrát hodně otevřený. Sice tam je teď ten mod bez stavění, který by mě možná bavil, ale pořád je to otevřený, že poběžím po planině a nějaký zmetek někde ze skály mě sundá snipou. Jo, to je potom hraní o hovně. Jo, něco takového mě nebaví. No, To jsem zkoušel, takovýhle Battle Royale, ten Blackout v Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Jo, tam to bylo to samé. Jo, díval jsem se všude kolem sebe, jestli neuvidím nějakého nepřítele a prostě najednou metr ode mě zpoza stromu vyskočil hráč, jo, který mě během 3 vteřin sundal, protože jsem na něj nebyl připravený. Nebo Minecraft, teraz bude nová verze 1.18, bude veľa věcí nových. Minecraft ten mě nikdy nezajímal, jo. Nebo takhle, nikdy mě nelákalo to opravdu zkusit. Jako jo, díval jsem se na nějaký videa, jak takovou tu rychlostavbu, jo, že lidi se něco v tom Minecraftu stavěli, jo, a video bylo zrychlený, aby to trošku vypadalo to video, jo, aby to bylo zábavný, jo, ale jinak, že bych si to sám chtěl zkusit, to ani ne, to mě ani nelákalo, jo. No nic. Tak to dneska ukončíme. Další stream bude možná v neděli, to ještě není jisté. Jo, že sobotní stream se Solidem, že Solid jde do práce v sobotu, tak jsme to přesunuli na neděli. Ale není to jisté, jo, Solid mi má dávat ještě vědět, jak to s ním bude. Jo, takže to se ještě uvidí. Jestli v tu neděli dáme nějaký další stream z Vovka. Jo. Jinak teda další stream bude až v pondělí. Ok, uvidíme, potom se ještě něco vymyslíme. No, uvidíme. Zatím to opravdu ty streamy chci dělat, jo, dělat příběhové hry. Jo, procházet příběh těch her. Jo. Hrát příběhovky, jo. Zaměřovat se vyloženě full time na nějakou jednu hru, to se mi upřímně moc nechce. Nejlepší, jak všetci třeba všetkých zohnáte na stream. Jo, to by bylo nejlepší. Jo, tebe, Garfelta, Metala, Dintaxuse, jo, třeba Jonfika, kdyby došel zpátky, jo, nebo pár těch nových, kteří mi tady párkrát napsali, jo, bohužel jejich jména si teď nevybavuju, jo, ale kdybyste fakt vy všichni došli a kecali se mnou, to by byla paráda, to by byl parádní stream. Tomu fakt věřím, že to by byla paráda. No, takhle se bohužel musím spokojit, když přijdeš alespoň ty, nebo ty a někdo další, jo, aspoň na chvilku. Jo, ale fakt, kdybyste fakt došli, jo, všech, já nevím, 6-7 lidí, kteří si se mnou povídali během toho streamu, tak to by byla paráda. Berem si to na starost. OK, tak uvidíme. Co se týče toho nedělního streamu, to když tak dám ještě vidět na Discordu do informací, jestli to bude nebo ne. A když tak teda v to pondělí v 8 večer, kdyby se ti přes víkend podařilo lidi sehnat, aby jsme všichni došli, tak to by byla paráda. Tak jo, takže se teda zatím měj, užij si když tak víkend a v tu neděli nebo až v pondělí se zatím měj, zatím čus. Ok, v pondělok. Dobře, uvidíme se. Zatím čau. Tak jo, takže to by teda pro dnešek bylo všechno. Pro ty z vás, kteří se snad díváte ze záznamu, tak jako vždy budu rád za každý další like, komentář u záznamu, sdílení pro vaše kámoše a případně, že jste tu noví, tak budu rád i za nějaký ten odběr. A u příštího streamu zatím čus.